This is Knightwing, our 2019 Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus fully electric car of my dreams. I always wanted to go full electric when it came to the car I drive. Being a huge fan of tech and cars, Teslas were like smashing two of my favorite hobbies into one. Back in 2015, I made it a goal to one day get a Tesla. Even when my wife and I first purchased our home and got electrical work done in the garage, we asked the electrician to install a NEMA 1050 outlet for a future Tesla. The electrician jokingly wrote on the outlet, "Volt" and "Future Tesla." At the time, it was a pipe dream. It wasn't like my wife or I were making bank or coming from wealth or anything. But everything changed in 2016 when Tesla announced the Model 3. An affordable Tesla that didn't compromise on the tech or innovation side of their products, while still keeping costs down by going extremely minimalistic, which luckily was right up my wife and I's alley. As soon as the event ended, we placed an order. A little over a year and a half later, we purchased Lumos, our white Tesla. Now I know what you're thinking. This is supposed to be the story about how we got Knightwing, the black Tesla that you're looking at right now. Lumos was truthfully my wife's car. There was still a dream of getting the electric Batmobile. So in mid-2019, once the Standard Range Plus model became a thing, we purchased another Model 3, and that was when I got my dream car. Really quickly, and what probably everyone is here to know about, let's talk about the features, the specs, everything that makes the car awesome. Being a young couple with no kids and seeing dozens of videos on how tough the white leather was, we went with the white leather interior to make the car really stand out. The next steps were to remove the really ugly but functional Aero hubcaps and install the Tesla wheel kit to add that black on black Batman aesthetic. Then we got the paint ceramic coated with wax, and then to cap it all off, we tinted all of the windows with crystalline ceramic window tint, including the roof, the back windshield, and even the front windshield to keep that California heat out. Right now the car has a little over 9,000 miles. Knightwing has been very lightly used in this past year and a half of owning it, and of course these past 8 months during quarantine we haven't used it at all. It has an estimated range of 240 miles when fully charged, but weather and climate can affect that range. And typically, you'll only want to charge the car at a maximum of 90% on a normal basis, with only going to 100% when you do long road trips. And the interior is in perfect condition. The car even still has its new car smell, I kid you not. Even though the Standard Range Plus models don't come with floor mats, which is insane and I don't know why Tesla doesn't provide those, we purchased some Tesla Model 3 floor mats from Tesla and installed them into the car. There is a light scratch on the bottom left bumper. I'll try my best to take photos and show you guys on video so that it comes to nobody's surprise. But other than that, the interior and exterior of the car is in perfect condition. And of course, to complete that Batman aesthetic, the rear bumper has the Batman chrome logo placed on it, which, we can remove of course if you're not a Batman fan. So, probably the first thing you'll notice when stepping into the car, other than how minimal it is that huge high-res touchscreen. From here, you'll be able to access the navigation, which works exactly how you would expect. You can use your voice, you can type in things, or you can just click on things on the map. Basically, think Google Maps. The really futuristic HVAC air conditioning system, where you can point it in any direction you want, or even split it apart if you want two different streams on each side. Heated front seats. When it comes to music, you have internet radio, streaming platforms like Spotify, you have your phone, which of course if you pair up will incorporate with your messages, calendar events, and its own music. There's also a built-in web browser, streaming services like YouTube and Netflix, and a bunch of games, which of course only works when you're parked, so don't think you're going to be throwing on Netflix and chilling while you're driving. There's also a huge glass panel roof, which always turns heads whenever someone comes into our car for the first time. All these things help when passing time when you're briefly charging the car, and I mean briefly. When we owned a Chevy Volt in 2016, it took about 4 hours to charge the car back up to its 60-mile capacity. With a Tesla supercharger, You can get hundreds of miles back in less than 30 minutes. It's insane. It's a game changer. And while you're charging the car, let's talk about the trunk. There's a lot of cargo space when it comes to the trunk, which gets even better when you fold the seats down. There's also a secret secondary compartment under the main trunk, since there is no gas tank after all. And the last thing when it comes to features is all of the Easter eggs and gags that Elon likes to throw into the cars, like the whoopee cushion trick. It could get old fast, but maybe I'm just a big kid. I think it's hilarious every time. Now comes to the reason why we're selling this car. Especially if it's in fact my dream car, why would I even sell it? In truth, my wife and I like to live that minimalist lifestyle, and if there's something in our life that isn't being used to its fullest potential, we try to downsize or replace or sell. And truthfully, with my wife and I both working remote and Knightwing not being driven even once in the past 8 months, it makes no sense to keep the car, and it makes a lot of sense to let someone else experience what I believe is the coolest car on the planet today. It pains me to let him go, but I know that someone else out there is gonna really love him and treat him as good as we have. So that's it. There's nothing wrong with the car, there's nothing faulty, there's no tricks, no nothing. It's simply we're not using Knightwing to his fullest potential. And in truth, which can be a little TMI, especially for this video, my wife and I are thinking about starting a family in the near future, and it may make more sense to get a larger car if that happens. But who knows, maybe Elon has plans to release a Tesla minivan in the future. We'll just have to see. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment down below, message me directly, or email me. I'll be happy to answer any and all questions that come up. Thanks guys. Peace.